right, Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors unto my elders and apostles, great millstone, which are the men that rule well and taught us His truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always be to the elect. Real quick, scripture of the day. This is Luke 23:31 in the CSB. It says, "For if they do these things when the wood is green, what will happen when it is dry?" All right. So, real quick, scripture of the day, man. Like I just read, Luke 23:31. Applying it to today's time, man. Wanted to bring that out through the Spirit and apply it to, how does that apply to today, right? Well, speaking on the topic of fuel shortages, which is what's coming soon to America, right? Because right now, with the whole war going on in Iran, gas prices are going up. But forget about gas prices going up. What are the people going to do when there's a fuel shortage? Now, I remember I was watching a video of this Edomite lady talking about, the pandemic, right? And how this is starting to feel like pre-COVID, like right before, the world went on lockdown, right? She said that's the type of feeling she's getting, but she's not wrong. There is probably another lockdown coming, man, because that's what Esau wants to do. He wants to lock it down, crash the economy, enact martial law, and see-hip everybody. That's his plan. A lot of people think that his plan is to recover the economy. Absolutely not. That's wishful thinking. That's not the right thing that's not the right spirit to be in. All right? Because for one, it's not in the Lord's plans for Esau to do that, and two, the people do what the Lord wants, not what the people want to do. All right? The Lord's going to do what He wants to do, which is prophecy. His prophecy, His words are not going to return to Him void. The scriptures say in Isaiah 55, right? So the point was with that, though, with this feeling like pre-COVID, people didn't know how to behave during, pre-pandemic, right? Or during the pandemic. What did people do? They went crazy. They couldn't even handle toilet paper. I remember that for some odd reason, it seemed like the world was ending, right? And it seemed like, that was it, right? And what did people go and do? They went and stocked up on toilet paper, as if that was the lifeline for some odd reason, right? So if this is how they behave in a green tree, right? Because in the KJV it says green tree. If this is how they behave, meaning if this is how they behave when there's an abundance, how much more when there is none? So you have to really put it into perspective. These Americans are through. This is the greediest society, the most gluttonous society, all right, the most undisciplined society. How are these people going to behave during the fuel shortage? Because really, what happens with a fuel shortage? That means only essential workers are going to be able to go get fuel, and only a certain amount. That's the thing. Europe is already going through that, And I remember one time. Not too many nights ago, man, I had a dream, all right, where I saw the gas prices so high that I said, shit, I'm gonna have to just get enough gas to get home. Because in the dream there was some ridiculous number. I don't remember exactly. All I remember in the dream was looking at the prices and being like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to just get enough gas to get back to the house and call it a day. It was like nighttime and shit. I don't know where I was at. It was just a dream. But you never know, that could have been a warning from the Lord to have that mindset of like, yo, that's gonna happen sometime very soon. And it's very true, man. These things are not, speculation. These are things that's very much so gonna happen. See, Esau does not have the mentality of keeping America, actually making it great again. His mentality is to crash this thing, all right, crash it, and implement his NWO fully, and that's what people are not understanding. See, people keep having this wishful thinking mentality that, oh no, he's gonna fix it. No, he's not. That's not what he wants to do, and that's not in the Lord's plan either. So if it is what he wants to do, which is not, right, he's not gonna do it anyway, because the scripture says that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and He turns it whithersoever way he wants. Roughly paraphrasing, of course, to that scripture in Proverbs. So Esau, see, that's the thing. What Esau is doing right now, these companies are raising prices, not raising wages. They're basically putting the squeeze on the people so that the people can rebel. That's what they want people to do. They want you to react with violence and enacting riots so that he can implement martial law. See, that's the thing. He's pushing people towards the edge. People just haven't really reacted quite yet. That's the thing. People are still kind of taking it on the chin and just being like, whatever, it is what it is. That's Esau for you. He'll make the people docile, but then he forgot, oh shit, I need these guys to rebel. You know what I'm saying? I know that was the thing back then. People were like, oh, he wants to make weed illegal so that we don't question anything. And it's like, man, look, it's deeper than that, man. Esau is not worried about you smoking weed. That's why he gave you dispensaries. I know back in the day when I was in high school, that was like the thing. All the conspiracy theorists were saying that, oh, they don't want it legal so that you question your government. That's why they don't want it to be legal, so that you don't smoke it and question the government. And it's like, man, it's deeper than that, man. He ain't worried about you smoking weed. Shit. You don't give a shit if you question the government. He just was waiting for the specific time to be able to lock this thing down. And he's at that point right now. It's the turning point, man. With the war going on, which Donald Trump said he wasn't going to do that. But look, he did it anyway. Right? Didn't do anything of what he said he was going to do. Was so pro Second Amendment, now he's not, So, hey, what time frame are we in? The end times, man. But nonetheless, though, the point was that fuel shortages are coming. Fuel shortages mean, shoot, eventually there ain't gonna be no goods for you to get up and go buy, even if you have the money. Whether the goods are gonna not be there or the prices of goods get up so high that you can't afford it, which the people are not gonna go out and buy it anyway. Brothers always say, man, once hyperinflation hits, the people are not gonna go and actually pay $100 for a pound of steak. No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna rob. They're gonna rob, they're gonna riot, and what? Esau's gonna lock it down. And that's just what's gonna happen. Alright? Because like I read in Luke, alright, that's the scripture of the day, man, for these Babylonians, man. If this is how they are in agreeing, because look at how people acted during COVID, man. People went and bought soups. Man, you had Jake. Literally, I remember the day it happened. I wasn't in my usual city. I was outside of where I live. Man, I remember going to the Walmart in this part of VA. They done bought all the TP, which made no sense to me. I don't know why the hell TP was such an essential thing to people, but they done bought all the TP, and all the ramen noodles was gone. But they left the steak ones. They took all the chicken and the shrimp ones, and they left the steak noodles, and nobody bought it. You know what I'm saying? That means, look at how people were acting when there was no shortage yet. People just went and bought everything. Panic buying, they call it. It's ridiculous, man, the type of shit that you see in Babylon. Right? They went and bought all the TP, all the water. That's not a bad move, buying a bunch of water. But then it's like the TP, to this day, I still don't understand the concept of that, but whatever. I guess they were going to make TP soup. Soon these people are going to be making toilet paper soup, man. When the shortages really come. But like that Edomite woman said in the video about the fuel shortages, she said, if we can't handle a toilet paper shortage, how are we going to handle the fuel shortage? She's not wrong. These people don't know how to act. So this is how they be in the green, how much more when it's dry? The people are going to go crazy. That's when the scripture in 2nd Ezra takes place, man, where they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's just how, hey, man, it's going to be a mess out here. But I'm reaching my destination right now. About to reach my destination. So that's all I wanted to bring out real quick through the Spirit, man. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. All right, double honors unto my elders and apostles, a great millstone, which are the men that rule well and taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always be to the elect. Shalom.